What can you build in Minecraft if you only use blocks? Maybe it sounds like a completely ridiculous question, but before you call me crazy and turn off this video, let me show you something. So the other day I was playing around in creative and I needed coal for my build. Instead of searching for coal, I typed in block and I realized, hold on a minute, only some Minecraft blocks are actually called blocks. Yes, technically almost everything in Minecraft are blocks. You can easily see it from the tooltips. Even buttons and fences are technically blocks. But anyway, I got this silly idea. What if I build something using only blocks that actually have a word block in their name? So here we are. By my calculations, there are 51 blocks that have such name, out of which 6 are only exclusive to creative mode. For example, command blocks, jigsaw and structured block, and for some reason a minecart with a command block inside. Basically with these blocks, you can literally build anything. So for the purpose of this challenge, I will only use those blocks that I can get in survival. Also, I don't take into account some of the joke blocks from April Fool updates. For example, this quadruple compressed poisonous potato block. That's definitely something. At first, when I just came up with this challenge, I thought it will be hard because I'm limiting the number of blocks that I can use. But now that I look at it, there are actually so many materials available at so many colors. So now it's probably will be bigger challenge to actually use them all. And luckily I'm building in creative, because there is only one block that can provide light. For today's build I chose very beautiful seed. This is not a spawn location, but it's very much nearby. You have this beautiful meadow with a mountain behind, and this skull structure kind of looks like a goat. So what I'm thinking, since we got lucky with so many colors, I want to build sort of a castle that consists of towers. I'm thinking about 5 different towers with 5 different colored roofs. The towers will be white, and I'm imagining some whimsical and magical vibe to it. And to aid my build process today, I will use super useful mod called Axiom. This mod is relatively easy to use and it's so helpful. However, I think I need to learn it much better, so hopefully today I will learn new tricks and share them with you. So first I want to start with shapes. I want it to be hollow inside. Have you ever seen solid towers? I don't think so. And tower is definitely a cylinder. Every tower will have different diameter and height, so I'll play around with it. I also want to build these towers in the way that will not completely block on the mountain view, especially that skull. Okay, what if I put it here? I can try to move it a bit against the wall. So how does it look? I'm not sure. I think I want it a bit further back. Luckily, Axiom has extremely useful feature. I can just press Ctrl Z and the build is undone. I cannot overstate about how useful that is. Whoever made this mod, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, this location seems to be even worse. No. Maybe this place will work better. Yeah, I think here. And we can try to mock our roof. By the way, I just realized I shouldn't be using shaders. You see, now the preview is much better, so you can't really use shaders while building with Axiom, which is not a problem to be honest. So, for the roof I need a cone. Where is a cone? No, the pyramid won't work. Let's use amethyst for the roof, because for the main tower I want a purple color. I feel I was blind, but finally I found the cone. Oh no, that's a bit too big. Wait a second. Oh, I see my problem. I need to change the target point. Now it's a center. I need it to be the bottom or the base. Yep, alright, that's correct now. Well, that's a magical tower, if you ask me. It's a bit bare, but the details will come later. So now I need 4 more towers, and as I said, I will approach them a little bit differently. Okay, over this side I want a bit different tower. This one will be a little bit taller, maybe not by much, but a bit taller, thinner, and also a bit leaning. You know, it's located on the edge of the hill, So maybe something happened over the years and it kind of slid down. So in order to lean the tower, I can easily roll it, and you can immediately see and preview what's happening here. The rotation tool is super useful. Alright, tower number 3. This one will be straight, but it's gonna be super tall. Not only this tower is standing on the hill, it will be the tallest one. This tower will be here. Yeah, I don't really have a gimmick for this one. I just want it to be as it is. Yep. And the last tower will be very short and very wide. Maybe not that wide, it's a bit much. Yep, I think I'm happy with it. I wonder, can I use any other type of roof shape instead of cone? Will it even work? For example, this tower I want to be golden. What if I choose icosahedron? Isn't icosa is like 20 sides? Is it like that? Yeah, I am pretty sure icosi is 20. I'm not sure it works though as a roof. Looks more like a matchstick. What if I rotate it a little bit? Oh, that's fun. Doesn't really work though. Is it, I guess I have to get back to using cones. Not like that though. Yep, that's a cone. Okay, we are using cone. However, proportion-wise, I want it to be a bit taller than the main tower, so maybe not that tall, maybe a bit less. Yep, that seems perfect. And since the tower is leaning, maybe the roof should lean too? That would be interesting, yeah. Yep, I'm happy with this result. Yes, I'll stick with it for now. Alright, tall and thin. We'll get a cone head that is also very tall and very thin. And about color, maybe something green or cyan. Yes, let's use warped block. One of my favorite blocks in Minecraft, to be honest. Oh yeah, I like it. On one hand I like it, but on the other hand, somehow I'm getting very strong pencil vibes. I hope once I'm done with it, it's not gonna look like that. And if I put shaders, how does it look? Shadows. Why does it look like that? They're too dark. I'm not sure if it's shaders that are at fault here, or maybe it's just the light glitch that sometimes happens when you use Axiom. I have to see it. Even with night vision, it looks a bit weird, a bit dark, but it's fine. It's fine. And the smallest tower, I obviously want to make mossy. I do think that it has some mossy vibes. Maybe I can make a roof more round? It would look more like a mushroom, maybe? Nah, I think I will stick with a cone because this obviously doesn't really work. However, this roof will be much shallower. Yes, like that. I think this tower is really cute. And this tower will be red because I need a red tower, of course. So the base structure is ready. So what do you think about my colorful pencils? I mean towers. I'm a bit annoyed that with shaders you cannot really see white color like that. However, I do like how they look. But now we need some structural support for the towers. And since we cannot have any type of stone, that coral block will work very well. I used all of the different kinds, and now all of the towers have a base. So, the roof shape. Of course I just put cylinder so it looks kind of flat, but maybe I can add a little bit of texture up and down. Something like that, some triangles. Maybe not like that. I have another idea, and for that I need to delete an entire roof. Luckily, with the tool on the left, I can easily select an area and either move it or delete it. Also, I can give myself infinite reach. I don't know why you cannot do it in creative without mods, but it's so useful to have this infinite reach. So, what if I go to the rock tool over here And this cone is quite different from the other cone. That one has a bottom. Oh, but I shouldn't do the noise one because then it looks a bit weird. Okay, let's try without the noise. Let's also remove the smoothing and this one. Will it be better? I think it's better. Oh yeah, it's exactly what I wanted. And now I have all of this overhanged support. I think it works quite well. Yes, I'll only add a little bit over here and then it will be perfect shape for the roof. Would you look at that, it's so much better already. And I just changed a shape a little bit. For the golden roof, I want to add some sort of effect, like it's melting. And there is literally melt tool. Oh no, but now it looks like it's a cheese and somebody just beat it. What if I use distort tool? How would it look? Well, it's definitely doing something. You know, I'm quite satisfied with the shape of this roof. It is definitely different. You know, having 4 identical roofs would be too boring. Now let's work on the towers. From the beginning, I imagined that all of the towers should be connected in some way. So I thought about these windy stairs that kind of wrap around and connect with some sort of hanging bridges. And instead of building it by hand, once again I'm using Axiom. Yes, the stairs turned out kind of rough, but to be honest, this build is more of a sketch. I don't think that by the end of this build session I will have a building to move in, because let's be honest, giant castle like that can easily take tens or even hundreds of hours, especially if you want to have an interior. And with my quite limited block palette, having interior is not that possible. Well, not impossible, just it won't be nice. What I'm trying to say is, I want to build something decent, but I don't want to spend infinite amount of time. So I will not go for a perfect result. Connecting towers was definitely excellent idea, and those windy stairs that kind of wrap around are also excellent. The more I put effort into building this, the more I like it. Okay, let's build more connections. And for this tall tower, I have a little bit different idea. I hope my vision will work out. So instead of building winding stairs all around, I want to build flying rings. This will add more futuristic look and hopefully will add more interest to the build. Let's see if it will work. I imagine 3 different rings with 3 different diameters. Well, that's definitely unique. I really like how every tower has its own individuality, and this one is now my favorite. And now I kind of want to connect it with a big tower. Yes, and instead of having a hanging bridge, I think about bridge with support. I think it will look kind of great against this mountain, or at least I really hope it will. I think I can even try to add some sort of an arches. But it's so hard to do on an angle. I'm not quite sure if I'll like it. I know if I had any walls or fences in my arsenal, I would have made it look much better. Maybe. I really like where it's all going. It's kind of coming together. I need an opinion. Let's ask this random citizen what he thinks about this build. Hey villager, what do you think about our new constructions in the area? Do you approve the view? Do you think it adds value to the area? I don't think he likes it. Maybe he is just jealous that his house doesn't look quite like that. Yes, definitely jealous. Well, do you prefer to live next to the pillagers? Your luck that the game isn't peaceful. Otherwise, you would all be decimated. Anyway, I want to continue the build, and my next step is texturing the roof. This will involve building with corals. That's why I froze the game, because I don't want them to turn grey. And in order to stay vibrant, they need to touch the water. The only other way to prevent corals from dying is to probably A. Make a command block that will revive any coral that will turn grey, or B. Install the mod. So, speaking about texturing the roofs, obviously there are different ways to approach it. You can either randomly introduce various blocks to break the uniformity and have some sort of dithering effect, or you can use a gradient. I think I prefer to use gradient in this case. So for this yellow roof, I decided to use gold on more illuminated parts because it's kind of reflective. And then I introduced patches with honey blocks and honeycomb blocks. And those were placed in more darker areas. I think doing it this way kind of makes sense, because you do want to create some sort of a shading and illumination. I think I achieved the effect that I wanted, but to be honest, all of the yellow colors are kind of close to each other. I'm kind of wondering if I should add a bit more orange, because from afar you cannot really see that difference. By the way, what is happening here? I know the game is frozen. It feels like this cow is up to no good. It wanted to use a common block for something. Look at it. I definitely stopped it in time. Who knows what would it do? Best case scenario, produce a lot of hay bales. But worst case scenario? I don't even want to know. Anyway, let's ignore our friends and try to add detailing to this tower. I don't think this approach works, especially because all of these green colors are so different from each other, especially emerald blocks. I have never used the gradient tool before, so maybe let's try that. Let's see how it works. You know what? I really like it. I think it works very well. All I need is to mix few blocks, so I don't have such harsh lines. Also, I feel like rotating some of the bamboo blocks also helps. You know, I didn't expect this roof to work, especially because of those emerald blocks. They're so bright and so different from most, but somehow it works. This gives me an inspiration and I'm ready to take on next challenge, the biggest roof. Once again, I'm trying to find a little bit different approach. Instead of having one gradient, I want to have some sort of splotches of colors. Also kind of gradiented, you'll see, hopefully. I don't know why, but it feels wrong. Maybe it doesn't work because it's just a blob. What if I introduce some sort of in-between block? Will it correct the situation? It looks ugly. Why does it look so ugly? Why does it look like some sort of a clown hat? I was so happy with two of my previous roofs and now it's... What is this? I don't know what to do. I'm definitely doing something wrong. I don't know what though. Okay, scrub that. Let's try different approaches that I did with the green roof. Maybe that will work? Please? The more I try to correct that, the worse it looks. It just doesn't work. And I'm not sure how to correct that. I think the amethyst is a problem. I feel like the amethyst blocks kind of doesn't work in this place. I thought this purple will look very well with magenta, but for some reason it doesn't at all. So, yeah. Anyway, to finish my struggle, I decided to change the palette for the main roof completely and use amethyst for the tall tower. And of course, I added way more orange to this roof. Maybe now it's a bit too dark, but if you think about it, this roof was way too damaged. It's literally melting off. So it makes sense to kind of destroy it much more. Now I want to add a little bit more shadows under the roofs, and pale mauve is perfect for that. I think it will add a lot of depth. And on one side I will make shadow much more longer, to imitate the sun rays effect. I think I want to change the support beams into iron. Yes, so it looks more structural if it makes sense. Now it looks like it's definitely supported. I will also use these iron blocks for the bottom of the bridges. Yeah, I think it works very well. Yep, that's much better. Now, block of kelp, block of netherite, and a block of coal. Also the node block. We need windows and balconies and entrances. So far there is no way to get in or out of this tower. I think I need really big windows on these big surfaces, and kelp block is perfect for it. At least I hope it will. Oh, I need to disable the texture pack. Okay, it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, I think it looks decent. Let's add more. I definitely like it. Now, the block of netherite will be excellent door. It's really protected one. Definitely not a block that I would use in survival. It is so expensive, but luckily we are in creative. So yeah, let's use a block of netherite. Of course we need some pathways, so block of iron, dripstone block and mushroom block are excellent pathways when you can't really use dirt because it's not a block, apparently. Also, let's replace a lot of the grass with a moss block. Grass block is fair game since it has a block in its name, but I like to have some moss around because I think it looks nice, that's it. Also, in the center of a yard, let's add an amethyst tree. The stem is mushroom block and dripstone. The leaves are mostly amethyst, but a bit of slime blocks for some greenery. I think this tower should have big round window. Let's make it bigger. Now, something that I wanted to do for a while, but I don't know if you will be able to properly see it. I wanted to add these swirly lines to all of the towers. I used chiseled quartz block. This detail you can only see when you're up close to the towers, because when you're kind of far away, it is a little bit lost. What if... Oh yeah, that's so much better. The details are so important. Okay, time to step away from the towers that I actually really like and pay a little bit of attention to that, well, a mountain that looks like a skull. I want to make it look like a goat skull. I will try to keep the initial shape and don't change it too much. Hopefully it will work, because this is the reason why I chose this specific location. Oh no, that looks so derpy. It looks more like a dog or a rat. First of all, I need to make sure that the eyes are about the same size. It still looks like a rat or something. I definitely need to work on shape a little bit more. What if I make horns more bendy and bigger? Will it be better? Okay, I think it looks better. It kind of looks like a goat, does it? Does it look like a goat? Maybe I could have done it better. Well, from where I'm standing here, it doesn't look bad. It could be looking a bit better, I suppose. But my idea was not to build a skull from zero. It was to use the existing skull and transform it a little bit. And that I've done well, because the skull has been there for very long time. So if it looks a bit destroyed, a bit distorted, that's why it was damaged this time. So I think at this point I did use all of the existing blocks here, except for command blocks, of course. Even if I didn't show the full details, I think I used all of these blocks in multiple locations. And I'm really happy how everything is turned out. However, the castle is not complete if you don't have a flag. I think we need a giant flag. First, I wanted to make one on top of the main tower, but I think this thin tall tower is much better, because you're supposed to see this flag from everywhere. Oh, this tower is so tall! I think we are pretty close to the build limit. And of course, there is only one flag that I could have made. Yellow, like a big field of ripe wheat or sunflowers, and blue sky above it all. Although this is completely fantasy castle and has no resemblance to any of the real builds. As a Ukrainian, I couldn't resist, and of course I'm making a huge Ukrainian flag. It looks majestic, waving in the wind. So I've built a giant build using only blocks. It looks so beautiful. I'm so proud of what I made. I can easily spend here many hours adding more and more details, but I think it's a good point to stop. I think I have proven a point in my video. You can definitely build something epic using only blocks in Minecraft, and you can have pretty good result. I am proud of this castle, and now I kind of want to build it in my survival world. I think it can definitely be one of the big projects that I can implement, but of course in my survival world I will not have such limitations and probably will not use netherite blocks for a door. What do you think about premise of this video? Was it ridiculous? I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I appreciate every single like, subscribe and comment. Remember, if you are a new subscriber, I will plant a sunflower in my long-term survival world. I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye!